do you believe is true about God?
என்ன சொல்ல
ஆண்டவன் பத்தி ஆண்டவரை நம்புறத பத்தி உண்மையை பத்தி என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? ஆண்டவன் உண்மை உள்ளவன் என்று சொல்றதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன காரணம் கொடுப்பீங்கன்னு கேட்கிறாங்க.
இனி என்ன நம்ம கடவுள் இருக்கு நம்பிக்கைக்கு வேண்டியதான் இருக்கு.
என்ன நம்பிக்கை? அது என்ன நம்பிக்கை? He says that God is there. That's all he believes. He believes that God is there.
நம்பிக்கை, கடவுள் நம்பிக்கைன்னா எப்படியுமே நம்மளுக்கு உதவி செய்வாரு.
That God will help him.
அப்ப அத நம்பிக்கை தான் நாங்க கடவுள் நம்புறோம் தானே. கடவுள் இல்லாம நாங்க இல்ல. அதுதான் சொல்றாரு.
He says without God there is no human beings.
Okay. What do you think happens when you die?
நீங்க இறந்த அப்புறம் என்ன நடக்கும்?
நம்ம பார்த்துக்கிட்டா இருக்கும்.
இல்ல நீங்க அதை பத்தி என்ன சொல்றீங்க? இப்ப இறந்த பிறகு இப்ப ஒவ்வொரு நம்பிக்கை இருக்கு தானே, நாங்க திரும்ப பிறப்போம் ஒரு விதமா, அதை பத்தி என்ன சொல்றீங்க?
அதை பத்தி நீ புண்ணியம் செஞ்சிருந்தா வேற ஒரு இது உருவத்துல பிறப்போம்னு சொல்றாங்க.
That means if they have done good deeds in their life, that they'll be born as a human being.
இன்னொரு இதுல ஆத்மாவில என்ன உருவத்துல சரி பிறப்போம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. புண்ணியம் சரி போக வேண்டியதுதான். அது அப்படியே நீங்க சும்மா நாயா பேயா அந்த மாதிரி அலையிற மாதிரி இருக்கா அந்த இது.
If you haven't done good deeds and if you have done very bad things, you would be born like a animal, like a dog or a snake or something like that. So you have to suffer in your life.
Okay. What are your aims in life?
உங்களோட வாழ்க்கையில உங்களோட குறிக்கோள் என்ன?
குறிக்கோள் என்னன்னா நல்லா இருக்கணும், 4 பேர் மதிக்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம நல்லா இருக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான்.
He wants to come up in his life and he wants to do very well, and he wants a few people to respect him in his life.
And what are people? What do you think people are? What are our origins? What do you think people are?
மனுஷரை பத்தி என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க?
மனுஷனை பத்தி என்ன நினைக்க எல்லாம் ஒவ்வொரு விதம். அப்ப அதனால நம்ம அந்த விதத்துக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி பழகணும்.
It says all human beings are different. So according to the culture, according to the way they are, it's better to behave with them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
What do you believe is true about God?
දෙයෝ ඉන්නවා කියලා ඔයා විශ්වාස කරනවද? එහෙමනම් ඒක ගැන ඔයාගේ අදහස් මොනවද කියලා අහනවා.
දෙයියෙක් කියන හැමෝටම දෙයියෙක් ඉන්නවා.
Every person has a God. Okay.
දැන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි හිතන එක ආසන මුක්වන්නේ නැහැ. ආසන මුක්වන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද දිනවල කාටවත් මයින්ඩ් බෑ.
It's kind of as you can't measure the sky and as you can't measure the water in the sea, the beliefs are just like that.
Right. So, what do you think happens when you die?
දැන් ඔයා විශ්වාස කරනවා දෙයක් ඉන්නවා කියලා ඔක්කොම කියනවා. ඔයා මරණයට පස්සේ මොනවද වෙන්නේ?
මරණයට පස්සේ ඉතින් මගේ ප්‍රතිපත්තියනවා දැන් කට්ටිය අපේ ආගමේ හැටියට කියනවා ආයෙ ඉපදෙනවා කියලා.
ආයෙ ඉපදෙනවා.
ඔව් මරලා අපි ආයෙ ඉපදෙනවා කියලා.
අපිට කියන he says according to his religion and according to his belief, they have when they die they have a rebirth. හරි ඊට පස්සේ ඒක මොන වගේ ඉපදෙන්නේ?
ඒක ඉතින් ඉන්නවා හැමෝම දව කට්ටිය අපි හැමෝම එකතරට එක්කෙනවා.
ඉපදෙලා එක්කෙනවා.
ඔව් ආයෙ සෙලෙක්ට් කරලා කියනවා.
ඒ කොයිද එක්කෙන්නේ?
ඒක කොහේ ලෝකෙක. මෙහෙ නෑ. කොහේ ඔකේ ඔක්කොම
එක් වෙනවා.
මුළු ලෝකෙම එක්කෙනවා කියලා කියනවා.
එතන ඊට පස්සේ මොනවද වෙන්නේ?
ඊට පස්සේ ඉතින් අපි හොඳ දේ කරලා තිබුණොත් එහෙමයි. නගදක එතකොට
Not culture. Eka kavada eka venne.
ඒක ඉතින් අපිට කියන්න බෑ මොනවා වෙයිද කියලා.
Etana. It's about his beliefs. He says they will be reborn and they'll go to another place. He doesn't know where, but there's a place where he will be born. And once they go there, then they have to wait until they have done good things, they go to heaven or stay there. And if they have done bad things, then they go to hell. So it's according to what they have done in the life. And so that's what he believes. And he's a Muslim person.
So, what are your aims in life? What do you live for?
ඔයාගේ බලාපොරොත්තුව මොනවද ඔයාගේ ජීවිතය ගැන?
බලාපොරොත්තු කියලා ඉතින් ඉන්නකගෙන රස්සාවක් මේ කරලා ලංකාවේ ඉඳලා බලාපොරොත්තු.
He wants to do a very good job and he wants to live in Sri Lanka in a good way. වෙන මොකද හරි?
නෑ කියලා මොකද කරන්න බෑ නේද රස්සාව දෙකම.
Okay. Yeah. So he wants to be a good driver and just wanted to want to earn good money and live a good life. That's it.
And what are people? What are our origins? What are
මිනිස්සු කියන්නේ මොනවද කියලා අහනවා.
මිනිස්සු කියන්නේ මේ ලෝකේ සත්‍යයද නේ.
It says people means it's another kind of animals, he says.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, George,
Yes.
first question.
Okay.
What do you think is true about God? What do you believe is true about God?
What do I believe is true about God? I believe that God isn't a man, like they said, but I think it is the opposite of this place. So I think where we have physical things, there is no physical things in that place. Where there is time here, there is no time in that place. So it's all the opposite of this place. And there aren't separate people because there's no parts to be separate. They're all together in one thing.
So like atoms.
But no atoms. No physical things, because atoms are separate.
Yes.
So all together, everyone's all together, all our minds are together, and every single thing that can possibly be known is all there in that one place. That's what I think.
Okay, what do you think happens when you die?
I'm going to sound really arrogant and say I think, well, I know that something happens because I had dengue fever and I had a really strange experience which I won't go into now, but I came very close to that place where people talk about when they die, and I know that something happens when we die. The thing that everything outside our five senses, so we've got five physical senses, right? We've got our sight,
Smell,
touch,
taste, hearing.
right. Everything else that makes you up, other than those five senses, that what you call your mind or your soul, or whatever you want to call it, that seems to go on somewhere else.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, from what I've went through, whatever, you don't have to believe it, you know a lot more over there, and it's all about that rather than all the physical stuff. So there is no touching, it's all about your mind.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I believe. So you do go on when you die. That's what I'm trying to say, rather long-winded.
So, what are your aims in life? What do you live for?
I live basically to learn as much as I can. So I don't really live to make myself rich because eventually I think we're all going to die and then everything we've earned is all going to be left behind. And I don't know if I like the people that I'm leaving it to. So I think we should live, well I live, to learn as much as we can so that I can take as much as I can with me when we do actually.
Rather than leaving it behind.
Yeah, and the only thing you can take with you is your experiences and the way you feel about people, and your knowledge. Yeah.
Nice. So,
That's
What do you think people are? What are our origins? Oranges?
I think our oranges are also lemon. No, our origins. Okay, I think our origins. I think we all come from that one place which I was telling you about, which is the opposite to this one.
Yes.
And that's why I think the difference between us and everything that's physical and all the things you can touch, we can see those things and think about them, but they can't do the same about us. If you see what I mean. So I think we can do that because we come from the place where mind actually started. That other world that I was talking about.
But they don't.
These things don't, no. They
We
can't.
made them.
That's a rather long way to get there in a short answer, but let's just say we have a special part of us, call it a soul or whatever you want to call it, which comes from that other world, and our origin is that, and I think what we're here to do is to learn what it's like to be separate from that, because the one thing you can't know when you know everything is what it's like to only know a little bit of something. So you can't know yourself, if you know everything, you don't know who you are, because there's nothing else to compare yourself against. But if you come here and you're separate, then you can look at God or whatever you want to call it from outside of that point of view and understand what it actually is, which is actually what you are. And then when you learn that, you can go back and be complete, because you have both the information of what it's like to be there and the information of what it's like to be not in there. And so you know who you are. And that's what I think we're doing,
Right.
for what it's worth.
You are lucky. You just got chosen for a bonus question.
Oh, bonus question. Yay!
So,
Okay, go on.
where is this other world?
Very good question. If you had to... Okay, first of all, I don't think it's a physical thing. To say where it is crazy, because it's not in a country, it's not in a particular place as such. But there is one place in our physical world which is not physical. And that is actually the space between every single atom. See, atoms are little balls that fit together, right? Lots and lots and lots of little balls. And they're all physical things. But in between them, and we never study it because we're stupid, we don't know what it is, and we know it's not physical. So maybe we when we die, we go through into that place. Maybe that's what people see when they see a light when they die, when they describe all that. We'll go towards the light thing. Maybe it's there that they go. So, you never know.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God, the questions are over.